Hey folks, welcome back to Brown, where it's facing the champion. Anyway, this is once again post-commentary because this is once again a genuinely difficult fight. This is basically the reaction we had the first time we made it through Elite Four, red, blue, yellow, because you didn't expect it unless you cheated, and there's a typo. Unless you, like, asked your friend what happened, in which case, goddamn, you're like me. Shut up. Whatever. Final fight, complete with completely original soundtrack. Unless he's taking it from another game, but he still has to insert it bit by bit, or... It's impressive, damn it. Anyway, this Dodrio, I was hoping Schneider would be able to outspeed it with T-Bolt or Ice Beam, take it down, but Sky Attack didn't. Yeah, it has a typo, we know. It outsped, basically. I was hoping Sky Attack would miss or something. It was really an experiment, since my previous strategies and earlier attempts didn't really work out as well as I would hope. But then I switched back to the strategy that I had tried in previous attempts, Paralyze with Buster, and then switch over to Gemini to try to kick its ass. Because trying to beat it with Buster, I can use Swift over and over, but it's really tedious and doesn't put Buster in a very good situation for when I need him later. So instead, Gemini has to weather these Smogs, which are super effective, but still don't do that much. Plus, I just want to have a mirror match, you know? It's cool to have. Anyway, at this point, I wasn't sure Gemini would actually make it, but he gets a miss, which is very nice for me. Gemini gets to finish it off. So that's 1 out of 6 done. Second off is Tyranitar, which is more threatening, I will admit. It's I wanted to get Shaft in there with some like super effective digs and whatnot, since Earthquake doesn't hit dig in the first generation. But Shaft actually doesn't do as much as I would like Tyranitar. There's a really big random number generator deal going on here. It sets up Thrash, which does a lot of damage. Partially because Shaft is just kind of fragile. Anyway, Caesar with some surfing action. That was really about the same result. Out of KO range, so pretty sure that Caesar would have to take one for the team, basically, unless I got a critical. But of course not. Tyranitar lives on, KO Caesar, and really I'm not in a very good situation right now. I have 2 revives that I can use, but that only lasts me so far. Anyway, bring in Chad, because, I don't know, I want to finish it off. And that was bullcrap. Not being able to finish it off with Flamethrower right there, that was bullcrap. But it doesn't KO with Thrash, so finish it off. And a level to boot. Anyway, Wheezing, probably the easiest part of this match, because really all it is Smokescreen and the occasional Smog, I think. Chad is one of those magical AI trickers, so really all it does is Smokescreen. Sometimes success, sometimes not. And this is actually indirectly the most difficult part of the match, because I can set up these Swords Dances and then finish it off relatively easily with Flamethrower. And it also gives me opportunities to heal some of my members, revive some of my members, which puts me in a better situation. But all these smokescreens getting up make the next Pokemon a real pain in the ass if I get unlucky. But luckily, I got a good attempt here and didn't have to suffer through it. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm still healing Shaft, and next turn I think he healed Gemini. So really, I'm running gigantic risk here. It's essentially coming down to reset until I get lucky with the accuracy. Because I can use Flamethrower and finish it off in 1 or 2 turns and only get a couple accuracy drops, but that puts me in a bad situation for the next thing, which really does not get the representation it so rightly pissed me off to deserve. So yeah, Weezing goes down just fine, but nice Houndoom outspeeds absolutely everything on my team, even Shaft. It had outrageous luck with criticals. So many things went wrong, but because of my Swords Dancing and my continued retry until I got it right, it went down without a hitch. Anyway, Leafeon. Really should be easy, but accuracy rears its ugly head. I get the first hit in, but it takes quite a few more turns till I get the second flamethrower in. And in the meantime, Leaf Seed is irritating Chad, which really doesn't actually come into play all that much later. Leafeon has like Solar Beam, it's not really a threat to Chad. And these Leaf Seeds aren't healing Leafeon enough each turn to put it out of KO range from Flamethrower, even after a couple turns, which is good for me, but a little unfortunate for Leafeon. It was hinted at earlier that Leafeons and Glaceons were in this game. I think I showed off that NPC. But anyway, yeah, Leafeon goes down, and that just leaves one Pokemon, Mr. Blastoise. I didn't try to glitch out its graphic, but I assume it still happens. Anyway, I tried to strength it, missed. It actually withdraws, which gives me a couple more turns to try, but it doesn't really work out. At least the Leaf Seeds aren't putting me in any worse position, since it's already a full health. Anyway, Chad dies. It's to be expected, unfortunately. Then I have Buster because I want to paralyze this guy and be able to take a bunch more hits onto him. And luckily he uses a weaker move, so I can T-Wave it with Buster. Buster really can't take hits all that well. Try a couple Dynamic Punches. Unfortunately, Dynamic Punch doesn't do much because of the withdrawals that he set up. And in this new version of the Dynamic Punch, it doesn't have a chance of paralysis, so I switch over to Swift. I don't want to risk accuracy, and it'll probably do about the same amount of damage, really. Anyway, Bust goes down from Blizzard. Blizzards are really my nightmare. Repercussions to help out Hip Hop Run. Hop Hip. Anyway, I want to revive Schneider because Schneider has T-Bolt, which will actually do a decent amount of damage, since Shaft and Gemini only have physical moves, unfortunately. Anyway, it gets another Blizzard in, real slick smooth. And really, this comes down to whether or not Schneider can endure / dodge hits well enough. Thunderbolt it. Thunderbolt does less than I would like, honestly. Still takes 2 more hits, but it decides to be nice. It withdraws, and Schneider only needs 2 more hits. 1 more hit, it gets fully paralyzed, and Schneider goes in for the kill. It's over. And it was pretty damned awesome. See you guys for the next video.